Hello YouTube. After some time of playing, you may have wanted to try out some characters, but investing a lot of resources into a character may feel like a waste. I'll be going over 2 characters that I like to run in the Abyss that do not need high levels of investment to get going. So if we take a look at my Goro, I like running him in Navia teams, but if you look at my roster of Geo characters, give me a second. I don't have a lot of good options to go with Navia. I don't have Zhongli, I don't have Chiori, I don't have Albedo. I do have Yunjin, but the problem with her is that she only buffs up normal attacks, and my Goro actually, buffs all of the Geo damage just by giving a crit rate bonus. I mean, not a crit rate bonus, a crit damage bonus on everything, but that's because he's C6. So let's just go over to there. So as you can see, I have a C6 Goro, which, with only 2 characters in the team that are Geo, will only give 20% of this Geo crit damage bonus for a Geo character. But that's not the only reason why I think that he's a good partner for Navia. So even if you have him and he's at C0, still think he's a good partner, and that's just because of his talents. So if you look at his skill talent, if you have 2 Geo members in a team, this actually gives you increased resistance to interruption, which it's a very slight amount. If you're getting attacked by a Rune Guard, some of the attacks, you might be immune to, and then maybe like the 3rd attack, it'll just make you fly in the air type of thing. But for the most part, that's just a little bit of a buff. But if we look at, what his ultimate does, it actually pulls in elemental shards to the active character's position. So that can be pretty useful when you're running someone like Navia who wants to collect all these shards up. And to get Goro running in this team, all you really need is to have like an exile set. So basically what it does is every time Goro uses his burst, it's refunding energy to the rest of the team. But you could also use something like a Noblesse set, because Navia does scale on attack, and if you're not running someone in the team that's doing the Noblesse set, that could be a good option too. But for low investment wise, it's costs less to upgrade these 4-star artifact sets, Mora and artifact fodder wise. So if you just happen to build one of these sets over time, it can be pretty useful to have on certain characters like Goro. If you look at the weapon, I don't really have it leveled up because I don't really care about Goro's damage, but it's just mainly for having the Favonius Warbow passive, which is getting more energy to my team. So basically, Goro's just being a battery for my team and giving slight benefits to my Navia team. Now, if we look at my Yao Yao, I like running her in my Nilou Bloom team, and she's relatively cheap as well. So once again, I am also C6. So that's why it's relatively cheap. I think if you don't have C6, you might have to get her, up to like 70 out of 80 at least to get her running, because you need her skills. You need her talent levels to be at like 9. Because right now I have both of these at 9, which is really 6. So so I don't really need to ascend her anymore because I feel like these talent levels are high enough. And for the artifact set, I'm just using an instructor set, and I'm not using like elemental mastery main pieces. I'm just using HP because, she gives a buff with this instructor set. And, even though I'm not getting like the maximum amount of damage out of this team I could be, it's good enough to clear the Abyss as is. And as for the weapons, this weapon just ensures that her burst always is up all the time, because anytime she heals anything, she gets 16 energy back. So pretty much she will always have her burst off of cooldown, 100% of her energy up. So I don't really have to worry about energy management when she has this particular weapon on. And the benefit of, not investing all the way into your characters is that, let's say that I'm going to get Baiju, or let's say I'm going to get Chiori or Albedo, and they're going to replace, my Goro or my Yao Yao in that particular team. I don't want to dump in so many resources on these type of characters just to replace them down the road anyways. So if you're in a situation where you have a need to fill And also, you know, you don't want to spend too much on those particular characters. I feel like these two characters, they don't really need that much investment to get up and going. And if you do like the characters, you can always invest in them more. But just as a baseline, you know, you can keep, if you have a C6 Yao Yao and she's not built, you only need to get her talents up to 6. If you have a Goro, you don't need to invest in his talents at all if he's just going for Navia team. And you don't even need to get Goro 60 out of 70 because his A4 passive doesn't really do anything. But for any other character that's in like a similar situation like this, I do recommend getting the A4 passive, which is just basically getting them 60 out of 70. So besides that, I'm going to showcase both of these teams running in the Abyss so you can see what they add to the team. This is my go-to Nilou team because not only does it cover the AoE type of content, but with Yelan in the team, she actually covers the single target pretty well. And if there's enemies that are resistant to Dendro, like you will see in the second chamber, the Yelan does a pretty good job of covering the DPS to get through that really quickly, while the rest of the team is just relying on the super loom damage that Nilou provides. So overall, this team synergizes pretty well together and will clear the chambers in a decent amount of time.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey. Hey, go away! Apologies. Please remain safe. You play. Go my street. Everyone hold hands. Savor the quietly now. Here comes the catch. Gotcha. Committed to memory.
I'll just give a little disclaimer here that I ran the same exact team but without Goro, without anyone in the third slot, and I was still able to clear the Abyss. So this team just performs really well, but Goro just adds that little bit of extra oomph to the team. I'm actually surprised how fast I cleared this chamber in, so I'll just let the rest of it play out.
Quietly now. Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha. Share my knowledge. Go get him, Here comes the catch. Quietly now. Committed to memory. Dance with the waves. Different positions. Hey, go away. Stay put. Real fast. Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha. Busted.
Here comes the catch.
Ready, go! Stay put.
Busted.
All my strength.
Things are about to get dicey.
Share my knowledge. Go get him, Uruguay. Uruguay, you're up.
Quietly now. Busted.
Just leave her a little. Dance with the waves. Positions.
Game's up. Fun's over. Ha, gotcha.
Let's sweep.
Rally!
Watch out. Attack! That's the way. Let my name echo in song. Here's the cut. Hey there.
Press the advantage!
Watch out. A proper send-off from the Spino.
Charge!
Watch out. Strike a pose. Let the world come along. Help! Get me robbed!
Everyone on me!
Watch out! Watch out! A proper send-off from the
Good pull in!
Yoo-hoo! Shazam! Let my name echo in song.
Advance!
Coming at ya!
And that's about it for this video, so I will see you guys in the next one.